So that brings me to Enugu. Yeah, because presently I'm aware that we have a whole lot going on in Enugu State as a whole, where the house rent or Enugu State house rent is, in fact, I don't know how I want to explain it, but it's killing. In fact, the landlord woke up one morning because after the government decided to tile the Cornerstone Road, after AK layout precisely, after the government tiled the road, the next morning landlords woke up and started increasing their rent. Yeah, in fact, the particular one asked all their tenants to move out, that he wants to renovate the house. Me and you know what that means. It's not about renovating the house. The house is very okay. In fact, most of the tenants in the house fix their house by themselves, including roofs. I mean, fix the house to their own taste. The environment, everything is good. So we know it's not about renovation. But it's about the increments. And probably most times it's lawyers that will also trigger those things because they want to call it lawyer fee afresh and all of that, which is for me is I see that to be quite devilish. And then imagine somebody in that kind of environment, and then you have a situation where you have to park your car, you have to pay for parking space, you have what do you call it? You have a whole lot going on. Imagine imagine that your shop is among the shops that they demolish and you have to pay. Now you have an opportunity, you can buy the shops. I think there's 30 million or so, 18 million, 20 million and the rest, so you have to pay for it and you cannot afford it. Some people just say, this small one I have, make I just package the money and jamba. Let's look for a country that works. That's the thing. I understand. Look, whether we like it or not, Nigeria is tough for everybody.
It's really tough.
But irrespective of the fact that the country seems to be quite difficult, it's important that we define the reason for our movement so we don't get stranded. I'm sure you have seen some people's experiences or you've heard. So
even watch videos of them.
Please share some. You know you are the storyteller here.
not just about the stories. So many of them are flying on social media. You know that there's a video.
I really don't believe social media. The advent of AI.
Yeah, true. But looking at some of them, you see that it's real. And with so many other stories that we've been hearing so far, so that people are really going through a lot, trying to relocate to another man's land without the due process. Okay, so that's another thing. Even the story of a guy who was actually, I think there were 3 or 4, just in kind of a bushy area. There's no kind of, I don't know, something like Bacha, that's where they were staying. So
and I say something is a storyteller, you understand, because her hands, every part of her body is telling the story.
Yes, just they had this small batch where they were managing and they were speaking to the people to please come and help them. They're actually stranded.
Okay, I think the ones that went to work in one African country and then were abandoned by the company that brought them. Is it that video?
No, I don't think
in one forest like that, and they were calling Nigeria to come and